Hi, I'm Mike, I'm 25 and I'm from West Sussex. I was born with an aortic cartilation, which is a narrowing of the main artery coming out the top of the heart there, the aorta. I've also got a bicuspid aortic valve. The operation that they repaired the aorta with is called subclavian flap repair. They take a piece of the artery out the left arm there and basically just expand the aorta to its normal width. And that operation has left me with no pulse down my left arm. I currently see Dr. Rachel James at the Royal Sussex County Hospital in Brighton. When I go for my checkups, we normally start with an ECG, then have an echocardiogram, which is like just a scan, and then a chat with the doctor about general health, well-being, what I've been up to, that sort of thing. As I've got older, the checkups have become more spread out. They're now every 2 years, I think, but obviously as a child they were a lot closer together. As I've gotten older, the checkups aren't really too bad anymore. Because I've got used to the ECGs, the echocardiograms, general hospital environment. I remember this one time when I was, I think, 19, I wasn't discharged properly when I was 16 to go to the adult hospital. So I had to go as a 19-year-old to the children's hospital, and I'm in the waiting room, full motorbike leathers, crash helmet. There was parents there, younger than me, with their children. A few funny looks, that was quite embarrassing. As a child, I always knew that I was different with the heart problem, but I knew my limitations. Don't push myself too far, that sort of thing. But I used to go down the park, play football with my mates. I used to climb trees, do stupid stuff that boys get up to. My heart problem has helped me to mature a lot as a man. I don't go out partying every weekend because I know it's bad for my heart. So I stay away from that. I just maybe go out once, twice a month for social drinks with friends. I don't smoke, but that's been fairly easy to resist. My close friends are non-smokers, my parents are non-smokers, so that's been quite an easy one to avoid. I do keep myself active as I grew up. Playing football, played rugby, going out cycling, doing a bit of running. So I did keep myself fairly active, fairly fit and healthy growing up. I haven't got any tattoos or piercings. I always wanted a tattoo though. I always sort of joked to myself that it'd be funny or a good idea to get one down my left wrist to say no pulse here or something like that. Growing up, I always wanted to be in the forces, and when I turned 18, I applied for the Navy, passed all the tests, passed the interview. I was more than fit enough, but failed the medical, something I really should have researched before. A bit stupid on my part there. But that's really the only thing that's affected me as an adult with the CHD. I'm not on any medication for my heart problem, fortunately. Having a CHD is all I've ever known. It's all I'm used to, having a problem with my heart. Sometimes if I'm feeling a bit miserable or down, I feel like damaged goods, but generally I'm quite a positive person, so I sort of see myself as different to other people, or unique, something that sets me apart from them in a good way. I first came across the group on Twitter. I think it was a few years ago. Either they had a tweet retweeted by Gloucester Rugby, or Gloucester Rugby was retweeted by them, or something like that. But anyway, I stumbled across it like that, and then read up about them, found out they had a Facebook page, and it just progressed from there really. I found out about CHD through social media, Facebook, Twitter. It's well published on the group pages. My operation left me with 2 scars, one fairly large and one about 2 inches by 2 inches. The big one, it sort of starts about there, just under the arm, and loops right the way around to nearly the middle of my back. And the small one is like a cross just about down here somewhere, which is just sort of 2 inches right each way across. Am I proud of my scars? Yeah, I am, to be honest. I don't think there's something that needs to be covered up. I see them as a badge of honour, if you like. So I am proud of them. People do look, stare, that's up to them. Some people do ask, say, whoa, what happened to you? Whoa, what happened there? What's all that about? And when I tell them, they're normally quite interested and do ask questions. Has it affected you? Can't you do anything because of it? That sort of stuff. While I've had heart surgery to repair the coarctation, I've still got the bicuspid valve, and people don't understand sometimes that I'm not cured. I've been repaired, not cured. So the coarctation can come back. I still live with the bicuspid valve every day, and it's kind of hard to get that point across to certain people. The time before my last checkup with the doctor, I discussed with her having children. I'm an adult now, and as an adult, I'm going to grow up and have a family. She said basically that while it's not something that would necessarily be passed down, the condition, it's, even though there is a risk the child will get it with anyone, it's slightly bigger, but she said it's more of a bigger risk if the mother's got the CHD. But then she did assure me, she said if you did get a girl pregnant, they'd do the normal 20-week scan to make sure it's got 2 arms, 2 legs. She said, and then we'd take it up to Guy's Hospital, I think she said, in London, and we'd do another scan on the baby, and we can see while it's still in the womb if it's got anything wrong with its heart. As a child, I didn't feel left out. I sort of held myself back sometimes, knowing that my limits weren't as big as other kids. But I still used to fall out of trees when I was climbing them, that sort of stupid stuff. Run down grass hills as fast as I could until your legs are going to fall off. Just stupid stuff that boys get up to. But I didn't know my limits while I was doing these sort of things. Different people deal with it differently. Obviously my parents, they're very protective, obviously. Mum's obviously like, well, be careful, don't do that, as mothers would. My friends, they're good as gold, to be honest. They won't let me do stupid things. They're very supportive. They don't treat me different to anyone else because I've got something wrong with me. Other people, strangers I don't know, obviously if I walked down the street you wouldn't know there's anything wrong until you got to know me and saw the scars. So I guess I'm not really treated different to anyone because of my heart problem. I've never experienced discrimination because of my heart problem. Obviously that helps with my employer being my uncle, whose girlfriend herself has got a problem with her heart. So he understands that it's one of those things. I didn't ask to have it to get time off work. I'd rather be at work. But I've never been discriminated. Obviously at school, time off for hospital appointments at school, the teachers know that. They know it's going to happen, and they know it can't be helped. Discriminating getting a job, never been pushed aside for a job because of my heart problem. I guess it was my own stupidity for not researching it, but not getting in the Navy has held me back in work. But that's my own fault for not researching the medical requirements.